Hello, darlings. It's your boy Jingle, and welcome back to another episode of Thriller Video Thursday. We are on episode 18. It's crazy that I have reviewed 18 of these Elvira Thriller Video big box movies. For those of you that are new here, every Thursday, well, mostly every Thursday, I've been kind of slacking lately, but we'll get into that in a second. But every Thursday, I review one of my Thriller Video big box Elvira movies, and I tell you a little bit about it, tell you my thoughts. I've also been ranking them, and on my last episode that I do, I'm probably going to tell you like the order that I like them in. But I have been slacking big time lately. I've been super busy, and also I've been falling in love with playing games again. I'm a really big gamer as well as a film lover, and I've been playing this series called Death Stranding, and I absolutely love it. It is like horror-esque, so I'm thinking about doing like a review on the two games once I finish the second one. That's what's been eating up all my time. I've also been doing the GLHC, which is the Greatest Lincoln Horror Club. It's this podcast of these three guys that have become really good friends of mine. This week is their Monster Mash, where every July, well, this is the second annual one, but 1 week in July, we watch as many monster movies as we can. I usually only have time to watch like one a day, so I've been doing that as well. And I actually missed releasing this episode last Thursday, but here I am getting caught up, and I hope to be on track with you guys again. So this week we're going to be talking about Dracula. Now, this one was released in June of 1974, and it is a made-for-television movie. It is also directed by Dan Curtis, who is best known for Trilogy of Terror and Burnt Offerings. I haven't seen Burnt Offerings, but I have seen Trilogy of Terror. That is a classic, and it is starring the great Jack Palance. You guys may recognize him. He's been in a lot of classic films. He is also in Tim Burton's Batman. He plays a character named Grissom. Overall, I'm a really big fan of the Dracula story as a whole. It's one of my favorite stories, and he's also one of my favorite Universal monsters. I have him on my arm right here, the Bela Lugosi version. I'm working on a Universal Monsters horror sleeve. I actually go for the Wolfman next week, who is maybe my either last or second to last monster as part of my sleeve. So I'm really excited to wrap that up. But this is just the classic Dracula story of the real estate agent being invited to his castle, and then Dracula finds out that his love interest is, or the guy's wife, he thinks is like his reincarnated love interest, and then he ends up stalking her and going for her. But this is just like the classic story. The castle looks great. There's these big cathedral-like doors, a massive dining room with red curtains and red carpets, and it's like just like it sets the mood for a Dracula film so well. And honestly, for a made-for-television movie, it looks really, really well done. So the real estate broker, Jonathan Harker, he visits Castle Dracula and makes the mistake of showing him a picture of his wife. They do this in almost every Dracula story. It's like, why do this? You'd think they would learn by now, but obviously he ends up thinking that she's the reincarnation of his long lost lover. The music that plays through this film is very hypnotic. It's almost like a lullaby, and I really, really liked it a lot. And this one, you also get Dracula's daughters, which all of them are babes, even by like 1970s standards. But I love it when they incorporate Dracula's daughters into the film. It's such a good callback to the original, like Universal and Hammer versions of Dracula. So he makes John write a letter to his wife and basically hypnotizes him to staying there so then Dracula can go to England in his place. And Jack Palance is actually a really, really good Dracula. The charm is there. The menacingly, like, seductive stare that Dracula is best known for is also present. And he also has like just this like presence about him whenever he's on screen that I really like a lot. And there's even some good like blood effects and stuff. Like, just look at that blood running down his face. It's all ooey gooey. Like, it reminds me of like the Christopher Lee Dracula. That one is so much more violent than everything and in your face. And I just love Christopher Lee's Dracula so much. Lucy, actually, who is Jonathan's girl, ends up getting turned into a vampire. And there's a great stake through the heart scene to her where she ends up dying, and it's a tragedy like all these films always end in. But Dracula ends up going crazy when he finds out what happens to her. And he's like, I try to find a clip for you guys because I just want to show you this part, but he's running up the stairs in this house and he just freaking karate chops this dude and makes him like fly off the staircase. It's so funny. He also, there's this part like that reminds me of like the Terminator or something where he's getting shot at and he's just walking through the bullets like it's nothing. Like they're just drilling him and it's nothing to him. He's a badass. But yeah, like I said, this version of Dracula is almost as badass as Christopher Lee's, in my opinion. Like I really, really liked Jack Palance as Dracula a lot. There's this part where the train is whistling, and of course Elvira always has to come in like the middle of the film during these feature length films, and she jumps in and just starts singing like a song. It's really funny. There's also a really great effect when a girl vampire grabs a cross and it like burns her hand. It reminds me of that classic scene in Fright Night. I absolutely love Fright Night. It's probably my favorite horror film of all time. For a second, I thought this ending was going to be the exact same as the first Christopher Lee Dracula film, where like he meets his demise to from the curtains being open and the light being let in. But it is like so much more violent. Like he gets the light on him and starts like melting, and he gets a stake through the heart. I was just like, damn, like what a way for him to go out. But overall, this one was my favorite one of these that I've watched so far. It was so well done, especially for a television film. I've come to realize that a lot of these feature-length films are becoming my favorite ones out of all these. And the Elvira ending in this one is perfect as always. But I'm a sucker for a good Dracula story, so I knew that I was going to like this one a lot. So this is what the big box cover looks like. So we've got Dracula, and you actually have Jack Palance on the cover there, which is awesome. I love this cover art, and he's doing like the classic like Bela Lugosi Dracula hand. I love that. And you got Elvira on the front there, posing all, looking all cute and stuff. You got her on the side there, and then the back you've got that big melted pile of flesh and guts with like this hand sticking out. I love that. So this is Dracula starring Jack Palance. It says, I've got a real big one for you tonight, and we're not talking about my latest boyfriend. Jack Palance stars in a super scary production of Dracula, one of the few vampires who doesn't work for the Internal Revenue Service. You see, this classy pain in the neck decides to move from Transylvania to England. Guess he needed a change of blood type. There, this chomp and charmer really does a number on the ladies until he bites off more than he can chew, or should I say, drink. So prepare yourself for some real chills and a whole evening of unpleasant dreams. Absolutely love these Thriller Video big boxes. They're so nostalgic and so like iconic from the tape store era. There's also a bunch more movies in the Thriller Video set besides the Elvira ones. I'm looking at hopefully getting into those too. There's the Tales from the Dark Side series, which is a classic horror anthology series like Tales from the Crypt. They also have like some other like foreign horror films like Buried Alive and etc. But I really want to get into that whole line. I'm hoping to get more videos out for you guys soon. Like I said, I've been slacking hard lately. I know we just hit 200 subscribers, so I appreciate that so much. If you could please remember to like and share this video and subscribe to my channel, it would mean the world to me. I'm trying to grow this. I'm trying to be more present for you guys. I've been so busy lately with work and like the summer and it being nice outside and stuff. And like I said, Death Stranding, I've just fallen in love with that game series. I do have another video all made already, which is my top 10 physical media releases of Q2 2025. So that'll be coming soon. I actually recorded that video probably 2 weeks ago, and I still haven't even put it out for you guys. So I'm going to hopefully get that out here in the next couple of days. But that is all I got for you guys today. Dracula and Thriller Video is #1. It took the #1 spot for me. Next week we're going to be checking out Charlie Boy, which is it's one of those hour-long Hammer's House of Horrors specials. But yeah, stay tuned for next week, and I will catch you guys in the next one. And until next time, unpleasant dreams.